Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. If I can get everybody's attention, please. We have some seats up front for those who may need them, so please fill on in before we get started. Thank you everyone for being here tonight to celebrate Jim. My name's John Knorr. I'm an attorney with the Robertson Stevens law firm here in Asheville and the chair of the Pisgah Legal Board of Directors. Come on in, everybody. As we get started this evening, I want to thank all of you for coming, and I want to particularly thank our board members who are here tonight, those current and former. If you are a current or former board member for Pisgah Legal Services, could you please stand up, raise your hand? So many faces that have spanned. Jim has been with us for 41 years. It is hard for me to imagine what that is. I actually was talking with my daughter about what I'd be doing tonight, and she said, "Dad, what are you going to be going to?" And I said, "I'm going to an event to celebrate a leader in our community." And she said, "Well, how long has he been there?" And I said, 41 years. She said, "Well, she's 5 years old." She said, what's 41 years? And I said, "Well, that's longer than Daddy's been alive." And she said, "Wow. I don't know many people older than you are, Dad. So that must be really old." So it made me feel good. I'm sure Jim doesn't want me to share that. But I also want to thank all of our sponsors for tonight. We have a list of them over here. We couldn't do this evening without the generous support of all of those who contribute to both Pisgah Legal and to the event this evening. I also want to recognize a few special guests that we have this evening. I know we saw Senator Julie Mayfield here this evening. Commissioner Al Whiteside is with us. There's Al in the back. Representative Caleb Rudow, I think, is here this evening, right over here. We have Senior Resident Superior Court Judge Alan Thornburg with us this evening. I think I saw Judge Scott here somewhere. District Court Judge Scott, right up here. Yep, thank you. Judge Dotson Smith is here with us this evening as well, right here. As well as, also, last but certainly not least, Judge Sharon Barrett. Yes, and yes, soon to be Judge Robin Merrill. Yes. As some of you may or may not know, Jim came to Pisgah Legal in 1983 straight out of law school. He has spent, as I said before, 41 years with Pisgah, over 30 as our executive director. Personally, when I came back in 2013, Jim was already a titan. I mean, if you thought about pro bono service, if you thought about what it meant to give back as an attorney in this community, you thought about Jim Barrett. And I can't think of someone who better embodies what it is to live in service and devotion to the welfare of others than Jim Barrett. And he is a personal, yeah. Thank you personally, Jim, for being a mentor of mine and for a mentor of so many people who are in this room tonight. I was blessed enough to share my story, but there are thousands of other stories about Jim. We won't be able to hear them all, but we want to capture a few of them. And so we have a few videos tonight that are going to do that. The first one is about just Jim's leadership and passion. So.
I was struggling to find the words to describe how I feel about Jim Barrett, and I cheated. I described him to ChatGPT, and it came back and I said, "There's nobody like that." And it's true. He is just one of a kind.
Hi, Jim. I couldn't miss this. And I think they asked me because I'm one of the few that was in here in the community when you started 40 years ago. I want to take the opportunity, though, to thank you personally for the job that you've done in that 40 years. And I've seen the way that Pisgah Legal has come from just a small organization here in Asheville to working with over, 18 counties or more now. And what always impressed me about you is how I could always call you if I needed help, especially working in banking, or if somebody needed legal help, and you would always come to my rescue. And I really appreciate that.
So my greatest memory of Jim is how calmly he went through this entire lifetime of stress and anxiety over how to keep Pisgah Legal running efficiently and growing as much as he did. So to that, everyone owes him a real debt of gratitude.
Jim has that soft, persuasive way of convincing everybody that his cause is noble and requires immediate attention, and that all of us, whether we be volunteers, staff, donors, have a total obligation to support Jim's dreams and all of the things that I've found him to do over the years. He's amazing.
We have been partners with Pisgah Legal Services for decades, from before my time at the Community Foundation, and treasure that relationship. We're so thankful that under Jim's tenure and with his vision that you all have expanded out into the region as we cover 18 counties, and love seeing you all getting out into the region and getting support to do the most amazing work for wonderful, deserving Western North Carolinians. I know that the work will carry on without you, and we've got a great team, and so we wish you the best of luck and thank you for everything you've done.
The genius of Jim is that he convinced me and everyone else on that board that we would be in much better stead if we relied on the local community for our support, that we would always do better than we did relying on Washington or Raleigh. And he was so right. Not only did we make up that funding difference, but he was able to spread the net wide in the Western North Carolina community and engage donors in a way that had never been done before for legal services in Asheville.
I mean, I have seen Jim as the consummate public servant, and I know that the work that he has led and the development and expansion of Pisgah Legal Services, not just in Buncombe County, but in areas in Western North Carolina, have no doubt changed the lives of many people, families, and our communities in a way that is phenomenal. And I'm truly grateful for the work that he has done and led, and really am honored to have this time to celebrate him.
Is it low enough? Did I make it? Can you all hear me? It's wonderful to be here with you all this evening. I'm Jackie Kiger, and I am honored to be able to share a few words this evening on behalf of the staff and the client community of Pisgah Services as we gather here together to celebrate the remarkable career and the legacy of my mentor, Jim Barrett. So this is a moment of deep reflection and gratitude for Jim, and a journey that has been defined by passion, vision, and dedication. Jim has inspired the staff members at Pisgah Legal throughout his career as an attorney and as a leader, standing up for the rights of those experiencing poverty and its devastating effects. As our executive director through 3 decades, he has led us through times that were filled with change and uncertainty, as well as growth and creativity. All the while, Jim has remained unwavering in his dedication to our clients and to the staff. And I have to echo what we just heard in this incredible video. Jim truly is a visionary leader. He is an exceptional and a tireless advocate for the clients of Pisgah Legal Services. And he is so passionate about Pisgah Legal and the work that we do, and for creating a community here in Western North Carolina where equal access to justice is a right for everyone and not just a few. He so embodies the spirit and the mission of Pisgah Legal. And as we're here sharing memories of Jim tonight, one of my strongest memories of him is not a single event. It is actually his constant care and concern for our clients and our staff. And in the day-to-day pushes and pulls of leadership, it can be really easy to lose sight of this perspective, yet Jim always remains grounded. And it is with this care that Jim has combined a strong vision for Pisgah Legal and who we are today. And vision is something that it's a precious quality, and Jim, you have it in abundance. You have asked the hard questions. How do we have lasting impact? How do we alleviate and reduce the suffering from poverty? How do we avoid the legal issue in the first place? It's your curiosity, your dedication, your drive, your innovation, and your compassion that have paved the way for our growth and success. So, how does he do it? It's a question that I have been thinking about a lot lately as we prepare for his retirement. And here's my story. Years ago, Jim invited me over to see his garden and to pick some blueberries with my kids. I hadn't been to his garden. I had no idea how big and beautiful and expansive his garden was. Flowers and plants, fruits and vegetables. I mean, it was beautiful. And it dawned on me that evening, and now over the years, that he indeed has a gift. He has shared this gift with us, and it is a gift for seeing the possibilities and for turning them into realities for so many people here in our community. He looked out over his yard at this land, and he envisioned something more, something blooming and flourishing that you all can see here today. And that is what he did for Pisgah Legal Services as well, when he looked at the possibilities of this organization. Jim saw the potential in our staff. When he started as executive director, the organization had 15 staff members. We now have 130. Jim saw what is possible in terms of clients for our services in the community. Our programs have grown to now 16 programs in 19 offices across all of Western North Carolina. And we now impact more than 20,000 people annually through our legal and anti-poverty services. Decades of planning, cultivating, nurturing, and tending to the organization has made Pisgah Legal the effective anti-poverty organization that it is today. And while Jim will be the first to say that he has not done this alone, I know that you all agree with me when I say that Pisgah Legal would not be the organization that it is today without Jim Barrett. So just briefly in closing, I want to say to Sharon and Tracy and Frankie, thank you for sharing him with us for all of these years and for being the incredible people that each of you are. And Jim, I thank you on behalf of the staff and on our clients. We so appreciate you and all you have done for this organization, and we promise to carry forward your legacy and the mission of Pisgah Legal Services. Thank you for 41 years of steadfast dedication and commitment. Thank you, Jim. And now let's hear for some more friends about Jim's legacy.
I'd also say that unique, I think, in the Southeast, maybe in the nation, Physical Legal Services under Jim's leadership has evolved into an anti-poverty organization as opposed to a simple civil legal services providing organization, which I think separates PLS from most of the programs in North Carolina and perhaps most of the Legal Services Corporation funded programs across the country. It is the go-to location for anti-poverty efforts in Western North Carolina.
I think there are hundreds of thousands of people in Western North Carolina that have benefited from the leadership and wisdom of Jim Barrett and will never know his name. And that kind of passion and compassion to do that really hard slog of the behind the scenes work every day, it's under-recognized in our culture, right? And so I hope that Jim will leave proud of the work that he's done and the lives that he's impacted.
Jim's legacy isn't necessarily any one event or one program. Very successful at doing a lot of them, but his legacy is really going to be carried on by the families of the individuals that have been served by Pisgah Legal and their children and their grandchildren, because he has improved lives and their long-term health and wellness. Being a nurse is what I always think of. It's not just the physical part of it, but it's the emotional, it's the spiritual, it's all of those other determinants of health that he very directly has contributed through Pisgah Legal to improve their lives.
As Jackie said, and we've heard through a number of different folks in the video, Jim has devoted his life to others and made a lasting impact on hundreds of thousands of people across Western North Carolina. Jim has received letters of appreciation from Senator Tom Tillis, from Attorney General Josh Stein, and as well as from Buncombe County and the city of Asheville, who have declared April 2nd to be Jim Barrett Day. And I will apologize, Mayor Esther Mannheimer is also with us here this evening. I'm sorry. Yes, she has brought the proclamation. Please go see it. And if you haven't had a chance, please see the thank you book in the back. Please write a message of your appreciation for Jim. We have a few more words of gratitude for Jim and his leadership. And I think that's going to be one more short video. Yes, thanks.
Thank you, Jim. It has been an honor to have worked under your leadership for so many years, since 2001. You have always looked out for me. And for that, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I wish you lots and lots of happiness and the very best to you in your retirement. We're gonna miss you, Jim. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim, for making Pisgah Legal Services the program it is. And thank you, Jim, for all that you've done to alleviate need, poverty, and give a shot at civil legal assistance to those most in need in our community.
But as you and Sharon prepare now for your next phase in life, enjoy. Because you have a lot to be proud of, and we all are proud of the organization that you're leaving behind. Take care and enjoy retirement.
So thank you, Jim, for all you've done over all these years and for all the people you've helped and all the people you have inspired to do better.
And so what I want to say to Jim is that he certainly deserves a rest. And I hope he takes some quality time for himself and for his family. But I also know that he's got a passion and an insight that will not remain contained. And I look forward to his next chapter and want to thank him from the bottom of my heart.
Yes, we would like to thank him because he has built a community that we are proud to be part of. Pisgah is such an important pillar to this that he's done an amazing job. And we wish him the best, and he'll hopefully enjoy his retirement without getting a little antsy.
Jim, thank you so much for your 4 decades of work on behalf of communities in Western North Carolina, on behalf of the thousands and thousands of people that you've served. We appreciate you. I wish you all the best and all the happiness in the world in your retirement, and I'll give you 3 weeks before we call you to serve on our board.
Jim, what a brilliant and beautiful career you have had, and you have contributed so much to Western North Carolina, to me personally and professionally. It has been an honor to serve with you, and I look forward to your retirement and hearing all about all the different things you'll be doing. Take care.
Thank you, Jim. We're sure going to miss you.
Well, congratulations, Jim, on your retirement. It is well deserved, and many, many people in Western North Carolina are sleeping better because of the work you've done. Thank you, Jim.
My hope for you is that you will go and have a life that you have denied yourself all of these years. Spend time with your daughters, with your mom, with your incredible wife, garden, play with your dog, volunteer. You once told me that there is more to life than Pisgah Legal Services, so I hope that you will prove that to yourself.
If I can have Jim come forward, please. The board would like to present a small gift to you, Jim. It is just a token of our appreciation, and it involves local art from artist Jenny Pickens. I'd like to present this to you. It says, presented in appreciation of outstanding leadership as Pisgah Legal Services Executive Director and an unwavering dedication to justice for the people and communities of Western North Carolina. Thank you, Jim. You can stand up. True to form, Jim walked up to me and said, "Can I speak yet? Because I want to get away." Not quite yet, almost. In addition to this recognition, over the last several months, we've had tremendous outreach to Pisgah and tremendous work by Allie Wilson, our head of development, to allow others to share their passion for Jim and their support of Pisgah. And to date, we have been able to raise over $300,000 for the Jim Barrett Fund. This is a permanent fund that will support the efforts of Pisgah Legal in perpetuity. It is a testament to the leadership of Jim because it not only gives back to an organization he loves, but is a continuing reinvestment that will never end. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love of Pisgah. Thank you for all you have done for us in Western North Carolina.
Well, that was a lot. My mother really liked the part about Jim Day on August 2nd. She's here on the front row. Thank you all so much for being here. And thank you, John, and the rest of the board of directors for this gift and for your leadership and the board's volunteer work in conducting a national search for my replacement, who is here and just spoke, Jackie Kiger. So things are going to be looking up. I was going to ask you to give them all a big hand, but you just did. So thank you all for being here. It's amazing to see so many friends and so many supporters of Pisgah Legal Services and so many people who have made Pisgah Legal such an effective anti-poverty organization. So y'all can be very proud of all you've done. I'm really grateful for the support you've given me over the years and the opportunity to kind of be the representative of the staff and volunteers and funders and everybody who was making it all possible. I have to especially thank my mom, who's been here, and her name is Betty Barrett. People ask me what I'm going to be doing, and I said, well, I don't think I can live up to my mom's standards because she's still volunteering at her age that I won't tell you. But you can figure it out. My wife, Sharon, the Honorable Sharon Barrett, who has been the best advisor anybody could ever have, and if anybody cares more about Pisgah Legal Services than I do, it's probably her. And my daughters, Tracy and Frankie, are here, so these four ladies have set a very high bar with their sense of justice, and I have a lot of trouble living up to that because they really have it. So it has really been a blessing to work with all of you and hundreds of staff members and volunteers, former staff members, funders, many of whom are here, and I'm really proud and thankful that they came, and we've been blessed to have their support. And I thank you all for inspiring me across the years, because every once in a while my wife would tell me I was in a rut. And then I got to work with you, and I thought, no, this is a pretty good rut. So I also need to thank all the special people who just made the over-the-top videos. And you can count on Robin Merrill to put it like it is. And I will take some credit for hiring very dedicated and capable people who usually, and almost always, and still make me look good. So as much as I shun the limelight, and you can tell I do, I will make 3 points that we all need to remember. 1, results matter. 2, your advocacy matters. And 3, aim higher. So first, results matter. As you know, the results of Pisgah Legal Services advocacy really matter, and really matter now more than 20 to 20,000 people per year. Life-saving, life-changing results. I've got a few examples. I'm sure you knew I would. Our Medicaid expansion and enrollment advocacy is saving lives. Yes, many of you worked on that. 500,000 people in North Carolina have health care through Medicaid since that became eligible for more low-income people. Pisgah Legal Services helps low and moderate income people above the poverty level buy affordable health insurance too, and that keeps them out of poverty. Stopping domestic violence and child abuse matters for our clients and for generations to come. We don't want children to learn about abuse from their parents or caregivers. Unstable housing causes untold stress, worse health and education outcomes, and disrupts work. Insufficient income plagues our clients, people who do not have enough income to meet basic needs for themselves and for their children. So when it comes to results that matter, Pisgah Legal Services is focused on the big 4: healthcare, safety, housing, and income. For decades, we've tracked, evaluated, and reported results that our clients achieve with our help. This is what we're here for. These results all make a difference. My second point is that your advocacy matters. You already know this, but the truth is many people don't see or think about how attorneys address the causes of poverty. We could help even more people escape the ravages of poverty if more people understood how having an attorney is so crucial when you have low income. The Pisgah legal staff do a great job telling the story of how we provide essential services. The truth is that the story of our effective services has gotten better in the last 5 years with our expanded array of social services to improve the effectiveness of free legal services. In addition to our traditional legal services, Pisgah legal staff and volunteers now help with income tax issues and tax credits that clients did not know about, credits that will bring them out of poverty. We address health insurance problems, help restore driver's licenses, and provide case management for the most vulnerable Medicaid patients to assist with housing and escaping domestic violence. We need you to tell others about Pisgah Legal Services, and you can now say that we're helping hundreds of people avoid and escape poverty every year. These are powerful results. Potential volunteers and donors will be impressed when you tell them. They will want to help. We have almost 400 volunteers already. That's amazing. You can help even more people solve difficult problems by spreading the word to potential clients, volunteers, and donors. And you can help us gain audiences with groups and government officials to tell this story. My third and final point is one that Pisgah staff members hear a lot. Aim higher. If you aim low when setting goals, you will miss out on helping more people who desperately need help. We need to expand services to meet the huge need, not settle for serving the same number as last year. After all, staying the same is virtually impossible. We don't want to serve fewer people by aiming low, so aim higher. And at Pisgah Legal Services, we're not just producing more widgets. Lives depend on us. We can't settle for what the government may and often will not contribute to this vital mission. And we haven't settled since the 1990s. So to recap, results matter, advocacy matters, aim higher. Thank you for helping us aim higher to serve more and more of the people in Western North Carolina who need our help to meet basic needs, stop abuse, and escape poverty. Thank you.
Even in his last speech, leaving us with something to think about and aspire to achieve. That's Jim. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. I hope you have a wonderful time. Please stick around. Please say hi to Jim. Please sign the book. Again, thank you for being here tonight.